Relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes.
So they got where is this at? Here we go. Laws protecting gender surgeries for children advance in Washington and Oregon over Republican objections. So-called gender-affirming care can include puberty blockers and life-altering surgeries. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. There's no fucking such thing as gender-affirming care. That's just a buzz term. Gender-affirming care. Like, listen to what it said. Like, it's just healthcare. If you're a woman, you got certain things that you have taken care of, pap smears, mammograms, all that shit, right? If you're a man, you get prostate exams, you get physicals, grab your balls, turn your head to the left and cough. They ain't call that shit no gender affirming care. Right? It's just healthcare. Gender affirming care is just some term they came up with for the LGBTQ community and the fucking so they could feel better about themselves. Some buzz term that seems innocuous and unassuming, right? Just like how they try to call abortions, women's reproductive rights.
Oh yeah.
Let's call it what the fuck it is. But this is crazy. This shit in Oregon and Washington State. Let's read on. While much of Europe and several states in the U.S. are barring young people from transgender medical procedures, 2 states in the Pacific Northwest are moving rapidly in the other direction. Oregon and Washington State are passing laws giving teenagers as young as 15 years old access to gender-affirming care such as puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and life-altering surgeries, even without parental consent. I'm gonna say that again. Even without parental consent.
Shit.
In Washington State, Senate Bill 5599 passed along party lines and is now awaiting Democratic Governor Jay Inslee's signature. The bill's intent to remove barriers to accessing temporary licensed shelter accommodations for youth. The barrier removed was the requirement that the parents of runaway minors be contacted. Now when transgender teens arrive at the shelter seeking protected health services, listen to this shit, which include gender affirming care, parents need not be made aware even when there is not an accusation of child abuse or neglect. What the fuck, Jay?
Man alive.
What in the world? This is just once they just want kids to have agency over themselves. You know what this is? This is like another step toward like
government-owned kids.
Yep, your kids are gonna be a ward of the state.
Well, yeah, that's what they're trying to pull.
They're trying to make your kids, not only trying to make your kids a ward of the state, they want your kids to be to divorce you, right? Mm-hmm. They want your kids to be emancipated from you, so they can do whatever they see fit with your children. Whether they want to marry your 14-year-old or your 13-year-old or have a relationship or affair with them, right? Or do science experiments. The alliance. These kids don't know what they want, right? These kids don't know what they want. How many of these kids grow up? How many people you heard? How many stories you heard? We did the story on what was his name? John Reimer, wasn't it what it was?
I don't recall this.
We did it. Remember? It was the Kufu.
I don't recall his name. Yeah,
John Reimer, right?
The twin that had his. It's called the John.
That went wrong. If you want to look at it, it's called the John Jones story. right? Yeah. So David Reimer, not John Reimer. David Reimer. It's called the John Jones story. His family, at birth, he had a twin brother. They went to circumcise him. The doctors turned up the cauterizing iron too high, burnt his penis right off. Not even a day or two out of the womb. Since you can't, to this day, you can't reconstruct a penis. They said you can't reconstruct a penis too, it's too intricate. But we can make a functioning vagina, and we can give your son a vagina, and you just raise him as a girl. There was a doctor here in Baltimore, by way of Switzerland, working at Johns Hopkins University, named Dr. Money, who swore up and down that it would work. And all you got to do is raise your son from day one as a woman. What's his name? Brenda? Then they gave him the name Brenda. The whole time this kid knew something was wrong. He didn't want to wear no dresses. He didn't want to get kissed by no boys. He wanted to do boy stuff. Finally, before the age of 13, when they was about to give him the gender-affirming surgery, they finally told him the truth that he was a boy. And he was like, fuck that. What was my real name? They said Bruce. He said, well, I'm not getting the surgery. I'm going to live the rest of my days as a man. And he did that. He even did Oprah and all that other shit. And you know what happened? At the age of 38 years old, he took his life. Took his life over what he had to go through with all of the shit his family put him through. That's a cautionary tale that nobody ever hears about. That people sound alarm on all the time. Yet the fucking the fearless leaders of fucking Washington State and Oregon just saying, let's do whatever gets us back in office. Let's do whatever gets us that donor money. They don't care about you. They don't care about your kids. They don't want to keep you safe. They don't want to keep your kids safe. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't. All they care about is their agendas. That's it. You and your kids, me and my kids, Jay, you and your, all collateral damage.
Yo.
All cannon fodder. They don't care. And shit like this proves that. Did you see the video with the lady? I wish I could find it. The video of the lady where she was showing the books that she had found, and they were showing it was kids' books. They were showing people how to suck dick. Boys. The shit is sad. They trying to get our kids from, you know, at those young impressionable years, you feel me? Because it's too late for us.
Yeah, and I feel like they're trying to desensitize. So I feel like they're trying to desensitize the children to the will of these adults, you know, these people that are in power that want to subvert things towards them, right? So you have an entire group of people that are grow up desensitized to their children or to other children to the point where, you know, anything goes with anybody, you know? And I think that pushes that starts to push it into, you know, the type of harm that we're going to see, you know, for everybody, especially for the kids. And that's going to be what's on the horizon.
I agree, and it's sad because you got a lot of parents out here who they just not involved with their kids, right? They're not paying their kids no mind, whether it's because they got postpartum or they resent their children and they're out in the streets, or they might work 2 jobs just to make ends meet for the kids, and they really don't interact or try to bond with their children. You know, like I said before, like teachers have your kids 6 hours out of the day. How often do you talk to your kids? Your teachers have your children longer than you do. You know what I mean? Your teachers have your kids longer than you do. It's important that we Let me see. I can't find it. It's important that we talk to our children. We got to deprogram them. We got to debrief them when they get home from school to see what it is they're learning. Right? That shit that lady she went to the school's library and she found them books. You got the teachers, you got the parents down in Virginia going to war with the fucking school board down there about the required reading. You know what I mean? This shit is sad. This shit is crazy. Man, I'm telling you guys, homeschooling might be the key, bro, because it's going to get worse, especially in these liberal ran cities and states.
The alliance. Niggas need to relax and take